Hey guys, Tom from Fluval. Tank Decorating 101. We've got a couple of really cool Fluval edges for you over here. You can see that we dry-scaped one. We've got a wet setup in the other one, our 23 liter and our 46 liter edges. We've got these two tanks as examples, and we've also got a really cool open top F60 Fluval marine freshwater setup that's been really well done that we're going to show you in a couple of minutes. When you're setting up your tank, something really important to understand is the limitations of the aquarium itself. Different types of tanks, the Fluval was designed with the intention of having a really aesthetic look, something cutting edge. It has its limitations. It looks great, but when you're selecting fish and plants, you got to remember about the type of aquarium you're setting up. And the same goes for long, shallow, rectangular tanks versus tall aquariums versus tanks that are wider. All those things will necessitate that you make different choices for fish and plants. So think about that. What tank are you setting up? What are the limitations? Keep that in mind when you're making those decisions. Now here on the table, we've got some pieces of equipment to help you set up an aquarium and also to help you maintain it. And we've also got some decorative things that we're going to go through. Right here we've got some Fluval tongs and scissors that are great for trimming and planting plants. We've got a Marina branded tool here which comes with an extension and both scissors and tongs in it, which helps you keep your hands out of the tank, makes the whole process of setting up really easy and really convenient. We got some different decors, some of which are excellent for a Fluval edge. They're the right size, so they fit in there perfectly, and they look to be of the right proportion. Over here we got Fluval Stratum, which is a great substrate, easy for plants to root into. It's a compressed volcanic soil. And here we've got two little examples of gravel, a substrate, and one example of some pebbles that we sell. There's some different types, of course, to help you create accents in your Fluval aquariums. So now that I've covered some of the basics on setting up your tank and some of the things available to you, we're going to introduce you to Eric. Eric, why don't you come over here? Eric's going to take you through some of the setups he's done here, what his rationale was, and he's going to give you tips on how to do those same things at home.
Alright, so you've purchased your aquarium, you brought it home, now you want to make a really nice looking setup. It's a good idea to start making your aquarium with an idea of what it's going to look like as a final product. You can inspire yourself by looking at pictures of aquariums online or just by looking at the world around you, a forest, a lake, a mountain range, anything. Now, there are four main kinds of aquascapes. The first is a Biotope Aquarium, which recreates the natural habitat of the fish species you're keeping. There's also the Hardscape Aquarium, which uses only rocks and wood. There's the Dutch Aquarium, which originated in the Netherlands, which uses only plants. And there's the Nature Style Aquarium, which combines rocks, wood, and plants together. Now, in this 46 liter edge here, because it's a taller tank, we've done a nature setup, used tall pieces of wood to really use the vertical space that's in the aquarium. And we've attached some pieces of Anubius onto it. Now, Anubius is a really good plant. It's a very hardy plant, very easy to grow, and it grips onto pieces of wood very easily. So as you can see in this aquarium, we've used fishing line to grip the Anubius onto the wood. You can also use plastic tie wraps like this. Just put your Anubius onto the wood, tie wrap around, close it, not too tight, you don't want to suffocate the plant. Like that, the plant will hold on, it'll extend its roots and really grip on. Now, in the 46 liter edge here, we've one of the important things to note is the use of the diagonals of the aquarium. You never want to make your aquarium too symmetrical, you don't want to center it, so you want to use these lines that are created in your aquarium. What that'll do is it'll really draw the eye of the person looking at your aquarium from one spot to the other, eventually covering the entire aquarium. In the 23 liter edge here, you can see the same sort of thing has been done but with fake plants. So because there's taller plants on one side merging down to shorter plants, it'll really draw your eye from one spot to the other. It'll really make the viewing of the aquarium a lot more enjoyable. Now, in the F60 that we have set up, you can see a lot of the concepts that I just explained being applied. The tank has been planted with two kinds of cryptocorinne. It's fully grown in. The branchy pieces of driftwood create the diagonals I was talking about, really moves your eye around the aquarium, creates a very aesthetically appealing look.
Thanks, Eric. That was a great job. We really enjoyed the tanks. And, you know, speaking of sharing things, and we were just talking about that before, I think we're going to be sharing this with me on my office desk because I really like this aquarium. I look forward to putting a nice pair of dwarf cichlids in there, perhaps some small rasboras. I'm going to have some fun. Now, from your end, we'd like you guys to share with us some of your tips or things that you do when you set up tanks. What gives you inspiration? What are some of the ways you like to operate when you decorate your aquarium? We'd love to hear about it. So thanks a lot for listening, and most importantly, don't forget to visit us on fluvalaquatics.com.